excited about going into this week. What about you, babe? How
I
you feeling?
agree with everything you said. Perfect. Yeah, nailed it.
I'm LaKisha.
I'm Darnell.
And we're engaged. We saw each other on the social scene in Chicago, like, weekly.
I figured if I kept running into you, that's probably a reason.
He would never say anything. He just would stare. Like, this stare he would do. Just stare.
I was just, doing what I do.
He finally came over and asked to buy me a drink. And it's been us ever since. I'm not sure what's gonna happen in the house.
Hide the knives from your mother and father. We had been together almost 2 years before I decided to propose to LaKisha.
My mom and dad didn't even know about it. My dad, I think he felt second-rated in a sense.
I'm not that traditional dude as it relates to going and ask for hand in marriage and things like that. That's just not my way of thinking.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Come on in. Welcome.
Thank you.
I just want to start by saying congratulations on your engagement.
Thank
you.
you.
How long's it been?
6 months.
So not very long. I like to start at the very beginning. I have this theory that every relationship has DNA, and that's what the relationship is,
Yeah.
and it never really changes. What's the DNA of this relationship? Tell me about when you met.
So when I got out of a previous relationship, I started dating. So I was on the Chicago social scene, hanging out. And weekly, I would run into him.
So he was on the Chicago scene too.
From what I hear, he's been on the scene, for years. Everybody knows Darnell, but I didn't know him.
You've never been married before, is that right? And you're how old?
56.
That's pretty fascinating, right?
Honestly, I always had a group, right? One person served this purpose, the other served this
You mean you
purpose.
did?
He had a
I thought you
group
said
of
you had a
women.
group of friends.
No, he had a group of
Darnell.
women.
Okay, you're telling me you had a harem.
Yeah.
You're nodding. Okay, so you had different needs being taken care of by different women. How many women would be in your group?
I don't know, the numbers vary. They vary.
I mean, like 6? But what would make you say, okay, I don't need 6 women, I just want 1?
I feel like she kind of filled all the boxes.
If I'm you, I don't know whether to be flattered or worried.
Both.
Okay. Do you trust him?
Oh,
I heard a question mark at the end of that,
yeah. I trust him. But who said that I had to trust him 100,000%? Who said that? Where?
Probably your nervous system. There's distrust and mistrust. One is the person's trustworthy, but you don't trust them. And one of them's you don't trust them and they're not trustworthy.
Am I worried about him seeing other women?
Yes.
Is that like on my mind constantly? No.
Well, how often is it on your mind?
Only when he does something inconsistent.
How often does that happen?
Not often.
Do you check his phone?
I have checked his phone.
I'm sure she's just a little worried, because I'm a little worried. If you've lived a certain way, changing that way. It's not an easy thing to do. So tell me about the proposal. Did you go to anybody in Keisha's family and do the traditional thing where you talk about how you want to marry their daughter and how much you're going to love her?
Mm-mm.
You didn't?
No, because I had my own idea of how I wanted to do it. I had a buddy who owns a restaurant. We were with a group of 20, 30 of our friends.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Who was there from your family?
Like my immediate family, nobody.
But that caused some trouble with the family, right?
Yeah.
Him and my dad, before they were like buddy, like they'll crack jokes. And now he's like, hey, what's up? Like I just noticed a difference.
Sounds like there's still some tension there.
Hey, families. We're so excited and grateful that you guys came all this way. As y'all know, we're getting married, and it's our understanding that you guys have some concerns. We'd like to take that opportunity to address that.
Phoenix, what are your concerns?
Working on you and Natasha having a better relationship.
Okay, thank you. Natasha, what are your concerns?
Our strained relationship.
Thank you. Sharonda, what are your concerns?
You get in a better relationship with the kids so that you guys have a stable foundation and the strain doesn't bring issues into the marriage.
Thank you.
Dad, what are your concerns?
LaKisha, she's always been my ride or die. My concerns are that hopefully you'll step up and take over that task, Darnell, so I don't never have to have anything to worry about.
Thank you. And Mom, what's your concerns?
Hope you guys are considering this, getting married for the right reason, especially, you know, him.
Thank you. Quill, what are your concerns?
My concern is that you have trust issues as to why you feel like you have to keep tabs on Darnell.
I don't keep tabs on Darnell. Where did that come from?
It's not that I didn't want to come around. I don't know my father for myself. I wanted one-on-one time with him because I never had that. So to be in a dynamic, I wasn't ready for that.
I totally understand that. You deserve to have your daddy all to yourself. And tell him, say, I want to get to know you without her.
How many baby mamas do you have?
Oh, my.
I got 3 babies and 3 baby mamas.
So how's your relationship with each child?
Well, my relationship with Natasha, it's a bit strained. Like early on in her life, I was there all the time. When she was 6, then Brooklyn came along. Within the next 4 or 5 years, there was a gap that started to spread between me and her, and it's never really gotten fixed. Do you feel Keisha has trust issues? Yeah. She don't really have a reason not to trust me.
You don't think you've done anything to make her have any trust issues with you?
Not really. I think things like looking in people's phones, that number one, it can kill any situation.
I think that's something that you should never do.
Well, I mean, what's the problem?
What's the problem?
What you looking at my business for?
I ain't giving her no reason to look at my phone.
But Darnell, she found some things that was inappropriate in your phone
When?
over the summer.
I don't know nothing about that.
It's been situations where she just does not believe anything that comes out of your mouth.
I mean, I don't have an issue with trust. I just don't believe in setting myself up to say somebody's going to completely, like, never hurt me. Do I trust him financially and in our relationship to protect me? Absolutely. Do I trust that he loves me and wants to marry me and this is real? Absolutely. Do I trust that he gonna look at another woman booty? Hell no. To put trust into a man or any human being, you are setting yourself up for extreme disappointment. So I don't see what's wrong with me. That's not a trust issue. That's just a Keisha value. Like,
I get that. I mean, I
But
get
you
that.
can be that guy. You can
No, I
in
get
this,
that.
in this.
But we can't change it.
I mean, I can receive that.
no, he can be better because I think his daughter feels the same way, unfortunately. And I asked her, I said, well, why haven't you told him this? She's like, I tried to, but he avoids me.
Nah, that part's not true.
I mean, it's her truth, though. It's very telling, you know, of the impression and footprints that lack of communication can leave on people. Because just like Natasha had a lot to say, which hurt me that she thought like this about her dad and felt like this, so.
I just want a better relationship with him because I've been through a lot of stuff with me and because I didn't have a father. And that's what I needed.
What did you just say?
She wanted really bad for you guys to have worked.
So you got to talk to your mama about that, because she's the one did what she did.
Well, there was some violence.
No.
Yes, there was.
No. We never had anything in our marriage like any violence. She went out of state, got a place to live at. This is all behind my back. I ain't knowing nothing.
I don't think that, oh Lord.
Listen, I know I hear my name in there.
He hurt that you left. That's
Exactly.
his
It took
hurt.
my child and moved out of my house
That's
and
his
everything.
hurt.
Well, he
Yeah.
got plenty warning. He didn't believe nothing I said.
Well, I had no choice.
You were being very violent, though.
I was not.
Daddy, maybe you
You
don't
a
remember because
Michael, you
there
hit
were
me in the
drugs
eye.
involved.
I had two
Just
black
say you
eyes.
don't remember.
I had to quit my job.
Daddy, why don't you say you sorry for that? You don't.
Are you sorry for taking the baby and moving to Michigan?
Oh, God. Our relationship coach, Tracy, gave us another task to dig deep and figure out where some of my relationship issues come from. It starts with, you two.
Oh, my Lord.
And for you, yours is your alcoholism.
It ain't like I woke up one day and said, I'm just gonna get drunk today. It just crept up on me.
But you see, why I
Trust
might
me.
have trust
I
issues.
understand that. I don't feel good about it.
And I know, Mom, you're taking some steps, already towards sobriety, which is commendable. And then for you, Dad, it's your denial. When you said you never put your hands on her, why did you say that?
I didn't say that. I said I never really hurt her. I slapped her before.
Don't you hear how...
Listen, okay, I slapped her before, but in terms of hurt,
Oh, my God.
physically, she hit me in the head with a big old flower pot and almost killed me. I never did anything like that. No one has even investigated my feelings.
Okay.
If I ain't hitting you and putting you in the hospital, stomping your ass in the ground or doing nothing like that, you stay your ass there and fight for your marriage. She punked out.
I went through a couple of
Well, tell the
years of
truth, it's
his
reality.
craziness.
I gave up my...
You don't think that it had anything to do with recreational drugs?
Partially, yeah, of course.
So why is
because
it hard
if she moved
for you?
away from me to Michigan because of all that what you saying, but then when she got to Michigan, same drugs, same on alcohol, and got pregnant.
Are you mad because I had a baby? You had a baby
No, you
before
got,
I had
you
a baby.
got, see, now she butting
See
in
what
when
I'm
I'm
talking about?
talking now.
Twisted.
Just look at y'all.
No,
like,
no.
as adults, y'all still doing what y'all was doing my whole childhood.
Well, you said you wanted to
Jesus.
get to the root of the problem and bring it up.
the roots.
Okay.
It's y'all.
One thing when we're kids, the world revolves around us so much more than it does when we get older. And so whenever something happens in the family, we take it on as it was our fault. And we can kind of carry that with us. Do you think you've carried some of that with you?
Yeah. Because I went through a lot without having my father, and I think I would have if I had, like, more support and stuff from him.
What are some things you went through?
I started to be molested around that same time. So I've never been treated the right way by men.
How does it feel to hear that, Dad? Did you know about that at the time?
No, I didn't know about it at all.
The word that I keep hearing in my head over and over again as I listen to you is distance. Do you think you're distant from your own emotions?
Yeah, I can be.
Yeah. Why do you think that is?
Part of it is probably the way I was raised. I mean, that era, little boys just don't cry. So.
And what that can do is it can distance you, right, from your own experiences.
Right. I don't know, I just, I feel a lot of emotions whenever that comes up, like my mother.
Is that hard for you to talk about your mom?
I can do it. It might be hard, though.
Darnell, tell me about your task with Dr. Allie.
I thought it went really good. I think Natasha trusts me as a man. She just didn't know me as a father.
And how do you feel now?
I feel much better.
I think this breakthrough with your daughter is going to have a lot of impact in your relationship in general, because you're closer to who you are. As you go deeper inside yourself, you become more able to be vulnerable here. You become more capable of intimacy. And that is where the trust issue is really living. Yes, your parents, you couldn't trust them. And then you grow up and enter into relationships where there's a trust feature that's not working. But it wasn't the surface thing you couldn't trust. It's the down deep thing you can't trust. It's being close to somebody who's not being vulnerable. You are going to become more and more trustworthy as you do this work. Time for the blessing ceremony now. Let's do it.
Okay.
Great work, you guys.
I'm feeling like Tracy cracked a little bit of the cork and got a little wine out. Natasha, do we have your blessing?
Initially, I came here to reconnect with my father, and we've had a lot of breakthroughs this weekend. You have my blessing.
Thank you. Reconnecting with my daughter. I'm elated about that. As far as I'm concerned, this trip was well worth it. Let's have a group hug.
I love y'all.
I hope Darnell is able to take the insight he's gained to help improve his relationship with his children. I think everything's gonna be okay.
This experience has been a growing experience for me because even though we're divorced, we're still her parents, and maybe we can even co-parent even better.
This experience has been very therapeutic for me, and it's helped me release a lot of old hurt that I had towards my father.